A lot of some of the issues with the immigration reform going on right now is a lot of debate about supposed border control. You live in Arizona, a border state. Can you talk to us a little bit about what is going on at the border right now?
Yes. Well, first you have to think about what is that, as you say, what is on the border right now as we speak. Right now, if you go to the U.S.-Mexico border, I live in Tucson, Arizona, and if you go 60 miles to the south, you're going to come to a border town called Nogales. And when you get to Nogales, you're going to see a 16-foot wall. You're going to see a concentration of Border Patrol agents sitting their X's in front of the wall. And sitting their X's means that they're just sitting in one place, one agent, then 500 feet, another agent, then another agent, all along the line. You're going to see all kinds of technology. You'll see cameras on posts. You might see a surveillance blimp. If you look high enough, you might see a drone, a Predator-B drone, which do overflights over not only Nogales but the entire borderlands, and that shows you pretty much what we're seeing across the U.S. southern border, and why this is what's going on now. When you consider immigration reform, or what's in the Senate's version of the immigration reform proposal that's being debated right now in Congress, they are suggesting that $46 billion be added to what is already unprecedented amounts of resources and money being put on what they call border security. $46.8 billion will bring in 19,000 more Border Patrol agents. And right now, there are 21,000 Border Patrol agents, mainly on the southern border, but also on the northern border with Canada. There's also billions of dollars for more fencing. Right now, there's about 700 miles of fences, barriers, and walls along the U.S.-Mexico border, and an additional 300 or so miles of fencing will be, or walls. Just imagine the Great Wall of China, or some sort of barrier between peoples. That's pretty much what it is. It's going to be a big wall, and also billions and billions of dollars for technology. In other words, what we're looking at with immigration reform is one of the largest increases in border policing that we've ever seen in something that's already in a border security apparatus that's already at unprecedented levels.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the way that you describe how it is right now, it sounds like a war zone right there, as it currently is, and they want to add all these additional resources there. I mean, for you, what do you think obviously this isn't a solution, or it doesn't seem like it's a solution to add more border control. What are what would be better ideas for immigration reform, or what are some of your ideas about immigration reform?
Yeah, as you say, it's exactly. There's lots of similarities to a war zone, and a lot of borderlanders will refer to it as an occupied territory, even as a military occupation. But as far as solutions, better solutions than border enforcement. The first thing I think of when I think of the word comprehensive immigration reform, I think of things like root causes, or root causes in the sense of why so many people are choosing to leave their home communities to go to another country in order to find work, right. And what are the root reasons? And if you look at Mexico, you see a significant increase in immigration from Mexico to the United States after the passing of the North American Free Trade Agreement in 1994. Mm-hmm. So there's serious economic issues, mm-hmm. And you could even say an economic model that for example, the NAFTA model in Mexico relies on very low wages, people working for very low wages, as part of a cheap labor pool. It also put small farmers in competition with very large subsidized companies from the United States, and in competition that they went to an estimated 2 million farmers went bankrupt during in the post NAFTA because they could not compete with these powerhouse corporations from the United States. Mm-hmm. So you have these root economic reasons, and if people didn't have an economic reason to migrate from Mexico, and I'm just talking about Mexico, but you could talk about Central America or other places in South America. If they didn't have reasons to migrate, people wouldn't migrate. Yeah. People don't want to migrate. They want to stay home. They want to stay in a place where they speak the language. They have all their friends, their family, their community, places that they feel comfortable. It's very difficult to migrate, to leave your family, to leave your loved ones behind. Yeah. And I mean, there's exceptions, but the majority of people would not do it if there wasn't something really pushing them to do it. Mm-hmm. So I would say instead of $46 billion or whatever being put towards walls and drones and a whole military apparatus, you have this whole idea of moving the battlefield to the border sort of thing. Instead of that, let's reconsider how the economic models, and I mean, if you think about NAFTA, it is a cooperation between the United States and Mexico, so the U.S. has something to do with it. And that sort of thing, those sort of economic root causes have to be addressed in some sort of holistic way.
Great. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
You're welcome. Thanks.